saying it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe football show, and it's time for lunchtime Leeds. It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it? Hope you're all doing well. As promised, I said I would be back, even though we did one this morning. Big up to Dan, big up to Ethan, big up to Scotty, Danny, Hannah, everyone, yeah? All doing well at my end, yeah? Make sure you pay your rent on the video, smash a like, subscribe as well. We're already on the route to 27k. 30k by the end of this season. That is the plan. 26,201. So we're already on that way. At least Borough will be more interesting to watch while Bill is there. Yeah, big up to Annabelle as well. All good, Scoops, all good. Wagwan Maggie. Chris Allman says good afternoon. Rent paid. Big up to Mr. Dodo. Demar, come on, have a heart, broski. Glad to see no more railing. Should have gone about 3 seasons ago. No revisionism from me. Not 3 seasons ago. Not 3 seasons ago. Dave Hall says, love your show, love you, my man, thank you. Drama Spencer Ailing on, hope we're not bent over looking for right back. Yeah, definitely not. Mock from Leeds United, old school. Big up to Blinky Fish, Carol as well. Big up to you all. Big up to you all. Sorry about the graphic on the thing. My thumbnail guy hasn't done it yet. He's working, but he'll be, yeah. Good morning from Canada. Big up to you. My friend's actually moving to Canada, Matt. One of my very close friends is moving to Canada and have said I can go out there. So watch this space, Magic. You might see me in Canada at some point. Yeah, 1 season ago. 1 season. Afternoon says Lee. Yeah, listen, right. We're going to be talking about fullbacks. Do you know what I notice this every time as well? My son's leopards in my room, and I've left it up there for so long. Just a leopard. I wonder if anyone's actually spotted that and thought, why has he got a leopard up there? Oh, just while we're on about big cats, have you seen the Hull City announcement video for Fabio Carvalho? Have you seen that? It is so funny. I can't lie to you. I can't share it because obviously I can't share it because it'll get like copy struck and that. But basically, it's an episode of Blind Date. And it's Fabio Carvalho, and they're like, who are you going to pick? And he says, oh, I'm going to pick you, and Hull City badge. And then they've got a Leeds badge. They've got Patrick Bamford and a Southampton badge. And then like it says, let's see what you could have won. And then they come out and it says, it says, oh, why Pat? Yeah, it is a standing unit, but it looks all right, man. Isn't it? What's wrong with my standing unit? I think it looks all right. Will I be watching the Jesse interview tomorrow? You best your bottom dollar. Although it's going to be tough because we'll have like the presser and that. We might do a reaction to it on the evening. Maybe I'll get the lads to watch it and stuff. But we'll work around it. I'm not sure I'm doing the watch along tonight, folks. Something's come up, but I will keep you posted. If you don't see it scheduled, then you know I'm not, right? I've got everything ready to go, but something's come up, so I'm not too sure if I'll be doing it yet. But we'll potentially do something on the night. I'll let you know. Just get your notifications on. Get your notifications on. MP says, I've asked the missus to let her hair down and slide into the bedroom tonight while chanting Luke Ayling. Strange request, but she's on board. Good stuff, man. Get her to do this as well. Well, she could be doing that anyway, couldn't she? She could be strumming the guitar, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? No, Sam, stop it. Thoughts of Middlesbrough potentially getting European football whilst being in the Championship if they win the Carabao Cup? I mean, Thomas, I don't think you're going to win the Carabao Cup because there's Liverpool, but yeah, it would be amazing, of course. They've been there before. They've been in the final of the Europa League. They've won the League Cup before as well. I don't know what it'll have been then. Will it have been the Coca-Cola or Carling? I think it was the Carling Cup, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, but Borough have won stuff not too in the not too distant past. Michael says the old guard nearly gone. Just Bamford and Cooper to go. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I meant, didn't you? You know what I meant without knowing what I meant. Yeah, I mean, listen, all he's done, Chris, is talk. All he's done is talk. It's like he can't get a job. So, like, he actually, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I swear he contacted Simon Jordan, because Simon Jordan's on record as saying, oh, Jesse's asked to do it, and I don't know why, because I don't rate him. You know what I mean? So it's almost like Jesse's been asking to do these interviews. Jesse and his team. I think he wants to be a media personality as opposed to a football manager. He might be better at that because he's not a football manager for sure. SteelS says, "What's the latest, Joe? We will get into it. Exactly, Pops. This is what it's about. It's about staying relevant. 100% it is. What's the latest then, Joe? So let's go. Let's get into it. I think he'll just be ridiculed. This is what I mean. I don't think it's a positive thing for him. He might think it's a positive thing, but he's going to be ridiculed. And to be fair, the little snippet that you see from Simon Jordan's taking him to task. So that's going to be quite good. Right, let's get stuck into the latest news then at lunchtime. This is from the YEP. So Graham Smith did an article in response to Luke Ayling leaving, of course. Let me just move shit around so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry, folks, just one sec. Just move this over here. So prior to the article, he's just talking about Luke Ayling, and then he goes on to say, I need to get rid of them adverts, don't I? Let me do that because it just bloody hell. That's the sort of stuff that gets you bloody copy struck. That 1 sec. Let me see. Right there. Right. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, you can. As for a replacement, so let's talk about the replacement. This is what he says. As for a replacement, there is nothing imminent about Leeds United, or nothing imminent, but Leeds are actively on the hunt for at least one fullback in the January transfer window. Now, my good man Jamie Dixon said this and said only one, but it says at least one. At least one. Yeah. So that could mean right back and left back. Right back and left back. But they want at least one. They have to get at least one now, folks, yeah? Because they've let Jed Spence, Luke Ayling go. So, you know, we the mad thing is we're going into this window expecting to get bodies in, and we've got a smaller squad currently. Do I think we'll get bodies in? Yes. Who they'll be, I'm not too sure, but I do think it'll be at the back rather than in the forward areas, unless something amazing happens. So it says the Whites are expecting the traditional domino effect to free up targets who might currently be deemed unavailable and intend to hold their nerve and bide their time. Again, this is something they did in the summer, and I'm not going to lose my shit like I did in the summer. I think there was what's the word I'm looking for? Like a period after. What they call it, but basically I was still smarting, I was still hurting from the previous regime. This is a different regime. They do operate differently. We've seen that with the way the ensured with the Sinistera deal, for example, that they got a player in response. Radrazani doesn't do that, he sells him. They said with Nonto, you're not going anywhere, you know what I mean? And he stayed, whereas we know he goes. With Creswell, even in this window, from all the reports, it's if you want him, you're going to have to pay for him. If you want him, you're going to have to pay for him. So that's again a positive from this regime. I've just got my thumbnail, so I'm just going to quickly stick it on this video, folks. Sorry, just because it looks more aesthetically pleasing. People are like, oh, what is that? And then I can post this out on my socials as well. Just bear with me 1 second. I do apologise. There we go. Sorry about this. I know it doesn't make for great TV, but if it's not out on the socials, then a lot of you have notifications. I know that. Well, all of you that are here will, but some don't. You know what I mean? So they might be like, "Oh, what's this?" I have stuck Nico Williams on it. We will chat about it. I don't think it's viable at all, but you know, sometimes you got to go for them clicks, right? Because people will be like, "Oh, Nico, I really like Nico." Of course, you like Nico because he's a top bloody player. Will he come to Leeds United? I'm not too sure. JUSTJOE looks like he's on to Torino as well, which is disappointing, but what can you do? We move, all that jazz. Just putting it out on Instagram and Facebook, and then I'll be with you, and you will have my undivided attention. Just 1 sec, folks. Here we go. There we go. It's on Facey B. And there we are. Share it to the group, and post could not be shared. What's up? Won't let me share it on Instagram. What's going on? It's probably because I've clicked off the page. Sorry. There we go. Share. Post has been shared. Perfect. And it has been shared on Facebook. There we go. We're back live. We're back live. Sorry about that, folks. Thanks for waiting patiently there. So what were we saying on this article? We were saying that the Whites are expecting traditional domino effect to happen. Yes, that's what we were saying. So basically, I think we won't see deals until late in the window. Do I think that's the right position to take? I would say no. And the reason I say that is because I think we might need them before then. But maybe Daniel Farke's looking at it and say, well, at this minute, I've got Firpo and he's fit. Byram's due back. I've got Gray and I've got Shackleton who's new back. So let's not rush. And I think that's how Farke's thinking about it. Whether or not you agree with that stance, I think that's what his method will be. Because if you think about it, we only have now 2 games left of the month. Or 3, is it? Let me have a look. It's 3, isn't it? Sorry, it's 3. I'm just having a look. January fixtures. We've got Cardiff, Preston, and then Plymouth. But my point is, there will be a week in between each of this game. So Cardiff, for example, we'll find out tomorrow from the presser. But if Daniel Farke does his presser and says everyone's fit, then he'll look at it and say, right, I can get through this next game with Firpo and Gray. Then they'll see what we get to Preston. Yeah, I can get through this game with Firpo and Gray. So there is no rush. Now, I'm not saying they can get through the rest of the season with Firpo and Gray, or Byram and Gray, or Byram and Shackleton, or Firpo and Shackleton. Yeah. But what it does enable them to do is to give themselves a little bit of time, not be rushed, not be forced into paying extortionate amounts on loans, waiting for dominoes to fall, because Burnley, by all accounts, would let Roberts go. Roberts, by all accounts, wants the Leeds move, but they may look at bringing in a replacement first before they do that. So just going back to the article, they're waiting for dominoes to fall, hold their nerve and bide their time. And the good thing is as well, like I've just mentioned, the fact that we have these players fit at this moment in time means we can hold our nerve and bide our time. He says, it was the final days of the summer transfer window that saw them complete the initial transfer business of the 49 enterprise era, and it would be no surprise to see them remain active until the end of the January market. Yeah, again, coming back to that point that they did stay active, they did bring in Jadon Anthony right at the end. But with a group of 5 right-back options cut down to 3, one of whom, Sam Byram, is seen by Farke as a left-back and comes with significant injury risk, the onus is very much on the club's manager and recruitment chiefs to ensure they come out of this month stronger than they went into it. Look, the numbers have dwindled, but I do think at the end of the window, we will have more bodies available, for sure. I don't know. I've not seen them, mate. And I tend to have all the notifications on the people that I feel are worthwhile following. So unless there's something on Twitter now that I've missed, which I'll just have a quick look at. But nah, I don't know where these are coming from. I think it's just people in the chat. I don't think Forest moved for Patrick Bamford. Bringing him home kind of vibe, I guess, isn't it? Because he's obviously Nottingham Forest came through there before he moved to Chelsea. But yeah, he's a Nottingham Forest lad for sure. So I just don't. They've got Chris Wood. They've got Taiwo Awoni. Not happening. And not when he's scoring goals like that, he can stick around. So that's what Graham Smith's had to say about it, folks. He's saying that we're going to be active. We're going to be looking at least one fullback, and we have to. Like, it'd be negligent not. And like I've said before, this isn't the previous regime. This isn't Radwazani. This isn't Victor Orta, because you know what would happen, right? Byram would get fit. Firpo would get fit. Radwazani, people would be like, where's the fullbacks? And he'd just put Firpo, love that. Byram, love that. And then they break down and get injured. You know what this guy's about. So in terms of who we can bring them, we know Josh Doig is an option, but Leeds won't spend. I don't think Leeds will spend. I think we'll look at loans. So Josh Doig looks like he's staying in Italy. wants to go to Torino. He's had options in Scotland as well, Rangers, big clubs. So it's clear for me anyway on first glance that he doesn't fancy a return back to the UK, because he'd jumped at that chance to go to a club like Rangers if that was his fancy. So he's up for staying in Italy. Nico Williams has been mentioned. Again, I don't see it happening. This guy's playing more recently, can play right or left back, can play right wing back, can play left wing back, can do all them positions in to a decent level. They paid 20 million for him. I don't know enough about accounting, but they're not going to sell him because they'll be selling him for a loss, which doesn't help their FFP because they're in the shit at the minute. And I don't think they'll loan him, because why would you loan a player that can play right and left back? And he's being used. So I don't see it. One that I do fancy, though, of course, is Connor Roberts. There was links to Chris Mepham as well. Chris Mepham is a centre-back, has played right back. Could he be an option there, potentially? But what I don't want to do is to then look at Connor Roberts and go, right, he plays right back. But if we bring in Chris Mepham, he gives us two positions. We've seen this over the years now at Leeds United. If you're going to get a right back, get a fecking right back. This is just to update you on that as well. So Leeds will step up their interest in two Premier League defenders. Stoke want Cooper. I don't see that happening. Charlie Creswell has interest from Rangers, Ipswich, Sunderland and Borough. Charlie Creswell is a wanted man, so Leeds need to start thinking about incomings. Darren Whitcomb says Leeds are eyeing two. This is the one we shared earlier on. The two Wales defenders in the form of Burnley's Connor Roberts, a right back, and a centre-back Chris Mepham, who has struggled for game time at Bournemouth. Roberts is said to be keen on the move. This is the most important thing when we think about Connor Roberts. He wants to move. Of course, he's a Wales international as well, and it can only be a positive for the Welsh national team for them to be playing together as well, especially when you consider it's Rodon, Roberts and Ampadu. That could be starting for Wales long term. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be a smart move for all parties. It wouldn't surprise me if the Wales boss is it Rob Edwards? No, it's not Rob Edwards. What's his name? Rob Edwards is Luton manager. I forget. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's saying, yeah, take that move. I need you to be playing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's one to certainly look at. There's been responses on TalkSport to Luke Ayling leaving. Jim White just shared the information. Daniel Murphy was taken aback with saying, wow. And Simon Jordan chimed in with good player. So don't let people rewrite history. Luke Ayling is a very good, able right back. Have we moved on from him? Yes. But it is what it is. Rob Page, that's him. That's the man. Yeah, maybe there is money, Jamie. Maybe you're right, mate. Because Amiri, Max Aarons as well. Don't forget we had a lot of money to spend on Max Aarons. So maybe you're right and I'm wrong. You could be. We touched on this briefly last night, just to bring you to an update on it as well. PSG to utilise 49ers' relationship to sign Leeds United loan star Diego Llorente in complicated January transfer window. As it says here, according to L'Equipe, he's currently on loan at Roma, which we know about. But according to L'Equipe, PSG want to take him. Luis Enrique gave him minutes in the national side. He's a ball-playing centre-back. That's what they want. They could use him, bring him in cheap, then use him as a squad option if they do get Upamecano in the summer. It's a complicated one because it would mean cancelling a loan with Roma, him to return back to Leeds, and then us to sell him to PSG. I just feel there might be too many moving parts for that, and it might mean that Roma want to come to the party a little bit sooner. Because one thing we have to think about as well, like what this could do is, and like it says here, leadership at Roma to broker a January deal. It could also force their hand. It could also force their hand in them saying, oh no, we're going to lose out to PSG. We could lose out to PSG, so let's buy him now. For all we know, it could be some skullduggery going down between Parag and co to force them. You don't know. This sort of shit does go down. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the more of them shocking Premier League players off the books, the better for me. Definitely. Another article has run with sensational mugging. Leeds of final saying player's future as club seriously consider signing him again. Just running with the PSG, trying to get Llorente, Llorente in there. So yeah, one to watch. There's been a bit of a rewriting of history on Diego Llorente. Yes, he played well at times. I'm not under any illusions, but he's just too much of a of a bozo. He's got that bozo genes. Cock, Lorente, Rocco, Voba will all be gone. Yeah, and I'm glad, mate. I'm glad. Never liked Cock. He had a good tash, and he came with a good pedigree. But I can't remember any brilliant games, if we're being honest. Not when we had Ben White before him, and he was going to be the Ben White successor. And then he played in DM, and he was shocking. And did he play in that DM against Man United where Paul Pogba got 4 assists in one game? Right, Paul Pogba finished that season on about 6 assists. 4 of them were in Leeds United's game when he was playing the DM. Yeah, man. Not the one. Not the one. Yeah, so this is quite interesting because we were linked to Deji from Hammarby, and their sporting director has actually done an interview where he said we have rejected bids. So again, that does agree with what you were saying, Jamie, about we've got money, because look, we don't know if that's official, but according to their sporting director, and you can read the article in Swedish when you click one of these hyperlinks, but basically the sporting director of Hammarby, which is Mikael Hjellenberg, has confirmed that the Swedish side have received bids for Leeds United target Adeji. Doesn't say it's Leeds United, by the way, but he has come out and done the interview, and like I say, you can read it in Swedish, but yeah, switch it over. With Leeds likely to bring in a number of defenders, but yeah, they've rejected it. A move for Adeji, though, looks unlikely. That is because Hammarby's sporting director Hjemberg says that while the Swedish side have received bids for the 4 million rated man, they have rejected those offers. So it may well take a big offer, and maybe that's why Leeds United have gone quiet on it, because they're not willing to pay what Hammarby are looking for. So that's a deal that looks like it's off the table after initially looking like it could happen. But it looks like it's off the table. Mr. Dodo, not happy about. Oh, that's actually made me a little bit like, oh, do you know when you look at an image? Oh, that's put the shits up me a little bit. I don't like that. Oh, do you know what though? Just on that, right? And I don't know. Oh, I need to get it off my screen. You know when you get them scratchy, like, oh, that feels horrible kind of vibe. I'll tell you for why. Because I used to have a recurring dream, right? A recurring dream, and it is horrible. And my skin's itching thinking about it. God. So it's hard to explain, right? But trypophobia, what's that? Don't, because I'm getting, what is that? Is that an actual thing? Is that what I've got? I'm Googling that as we speak. Oh, my skin's horrible. Just discuss our fear of pattern or holes. Oh, yeah. Seeing clusters of holes. Yeah, no, because no, I wouldn't say I'm scared of like sponges or all like that. But anyway, back to this recurring dream. This is mad. My skin, right, was made of like pasta shells. You know them squiggly pastas, right? But then when I opened them, the skin went, and like all my skin ended up like all like just weird, man. Like, so think of having loads of like spikes on you, but they were like pasta shells. But when I popped them, the air came out of them, and then it made all my skin all like I don't know how to explain it, like flabby. Oh man, it was horrible. And seeing that image there is just, yeah, man, it's brought up some deep fear. I can't lie to you, man. One of them dreams, it kept coming back. But yeah, I was like pasta man or something. Just loads of like, let's say it was a thumb guy or something, and then I'd just go like that on the pasta shell, what was shaped like a pasta shell, and all the air would come out and it'd just go, and then all my skin was like, and I'm like, ugh. So seeing them images has just rocked me a little bit. I can't lie. That's horrible. Like, it's genuinely brought it all back. Oh God, I'll not be able to sleep now. Yeah, are we on the wrong show? You're not, man. You're not. Just mad. Yeah, you're not. When I went to Leeds, they told me within 3 years the club had an 84% chance of being relegated. What does that even mean? Like, this is what Jess is saying. Who came up with that? Who came up with that? When I went to Leeds, they told me within 3 years the club had an 84% chance of relegation. What does that mean? This is why, what I would say, I'd love to know his justification for that. Don't do scoops. Definitely don't do that. It ain't good for anybody. But yeah, like, who comes up with this? And this, I come back to them statisticos. Like, come on now. On this week's Up Front, former Leeds manager Jesse Marsh speaks out for the first time. Within 3 years, we have an 84% chance of relegation. What? Just Google that, Joe, and apparently it's subconscious protection of your inner self. What does that mean? This is deep, Sam. What does that mean? What did you Google? Pasta shell's body. But yeah, Joe's as a tuna pasta bake. Oh, mate, you're gonna send me down a rabbit hole here. No, don't do this to me. Joe will get his pasta dream one day, yeah. Oh man, my skin is itching. I'm not even lying to you, all over now, which is not good. But yeah, listen, Pasta Man Joe is what it is. Yeah. They're scared. It's going to be interesting to see what it says. Wouldn't you be scared if you're telling people you've got an 84% chance of relegation? That's like you're on a hide into nothing. As odds go, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just seeing, someone's just retweeted the Luke Ayling video where he scored that goal against Wolves. Go on, Luke. Bang. 3-2. His celebrations were insane as well. He did the Robbie Keane. Love that. Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, this is, yeah, exactly, bro. This is what I'm saying. And it was more, shall I tell you what was the more frightening bit? Was the fact that when it went, it was like my skin was, stop it. Pasta la vista, indeed. Pasta la vista, indeed. Let's get Jesse Marsh out of that thing. I think that's what the ownership. Well, Jack, they're full of shit. Like statisticos, whatever, is what it is. You're only as good as your recruitment and the manager that you employ. Wolves Fancast says, you still got? I am, mate. Yeah. What's your problem? What's your problem with that Wolves Fancast? Anyway. Listen, smash a like on the video for me. Oh, you're on about the Luke Ayling goal. Sorry, I thought you were on about my pasta dream. Yeah, of course we are. But your Premier League Way Championship, it is what it is. It was a great result. I don't know enough about pastas. I just know it was the squiggly one. But we move. He drinks Moretti and has skin of spaghetti. His name's JUSTJOE. I love that. He drinks Moretti, he's made of spaghetti, his name is JUSTJOE. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, no, that's a different tune. Pablo and Andes. Anyway, we move. Fusela. Right, listen, smash a like on the video. I'm not too sure on the watch along tonight, if I'm being totally honest. I'll let you know ASAP, really. But just, well, I won't let you know. Just have a look and see if it's scheduled. I don't know. Something's come up. Wait and see. Probably have a late night Leeds. Maybe chatting about the Luke Ayling years. We'll have to wait and see. Something will come up. If not, if there's transfer news, it'll be a roundup. Thank you for bringing back that dream for me. I'm going to go now watch the last 2 episodes of the Postmaster scandal, which I'm quite enjoying. I watched 2 episodes this morning after the video. I'll watch the last 2 now. And I'll see you tonight on Late Night Leeds. But if I don't, you know. Anyway, thanks for smashing a like off the video. Subscribe to the channel, comments in, hit that notification bell and all that jazz, and I'll see you in a bit. Enjoy the rest of your day. Lunchtime Leeds. It's going to be a continuous fixture, and if I'm up on the morning, I will do, but you know what I'm like. Anyway, peace out.